Thank you very much for joining again. Although we have already gone ahead and we realized that we did not record, so we need to start all over again from where we stopped. So we have not done too much. It's just another way to reinforce our understanding. All right, so this is what we did. Let me see if I can delete all these from data model. Yeah, fantastic. So what we did when we came back from break is that we created an extra column, which is called the calculated column. We created two extra columns for the sales figure. You know, we have our order quantity and we have our unit price. From these two, we can easily calculate the total sales. All right. We also have our cost of sales and we have our costs, our product cost, and we have our quantity, so we can calculate our cost of sales. So the way we created that table, which you are seeing here, I'm just going to repeat it and then I will delete it later. So it's going to be the same thing. So when I click on this column, this extra column, this place that is saying add column is telling you that, okay, add additional column. So what you just need to do is to create on that, is to click on that column and then come here and say sales. Let's say sales 2 this time around. So, and to write that formula for Power Pivot, to understand your formula, you must use full colon and then equals to, because if you don't use that, if it do not allow you to write your formula. So you can then say order quantity multiplied by what? Unit price. Okay. And when you hit your enter, it's going to give you what the sales is. Then you need to format immediately by coming here, say English United States, and it's giving you that $sign right in front. And that's the same thing we've done here. All right. So I'm going to delete it now. Okay, let me just create the second one first before I delete it. So let's create what? Cost of sales, right? Cost of sales. Again, your full colon equals to sign, and then you have your order quantity multiplied by what? Cost. And that will give us our cost of sales. Okay, even here, we did not format that column, but we can still do it. English United States. Here again, English United States. So what we've done here is that we have created a calculated column, because as I used to explain, there are three things you can create. You can create your calculated table using DAX. You can create your calculated column using DAX, and you can create your calculated measure using DAX. So what we've done now is calculated table using DAX, simple DAX formula. This is the most simple that you can ever see. So, but now, since we don't need these columns, we've already created it before. I just have to do it again because we didn't remember to record, and then I want us to understand what had gone on. So I can delete these two columns that we don't need. So having created calculated columns, I also want to show you how to create calculated measures. So, and the first one I want to create is total sales, right? The same way, I'll just say my sum. We already created units multiplied by selling price. So we just need to reference that column, okay, as what did we name it as? Sales sum of, you can see now that this one, you can see different tables and the columns in them, but we are going actually to fact internet sales because that is where we are. That is where we have our transaction records. So fact internet sales, the sales column that we just created is what we're going to use now. So use your tab to bring that back, close your brackets, press enter. So we have our total sales figure. Then we can format as English United States. All right, so another thing I want to explain is that instead of creating an additional sales column, you can just use your X function in DAX. Let's say total sales total sales, let's put X in brackets, just to show that we are using X function, which should be equals to sum X. You can have also count X. Okay, you can have max X. So these are the X functions. They are very powerful. I can tell you that for free. X function is very, very powerful in DAX. All right, especially when you're talking about filtering, when you want to explain filtering, how data is being filtered from one table to the other. X function is very powerful, and X function perform similar task as what calculate function we do. Before we go today, I'll still show you how to use the calculate function to perform filtering. That is what I mean is that you want to manipulate the existing filter within the filter context. So you're going to use calculate function. And again, calculate function is the single most important function in DAX, and you're going to see it very soon. It's the single most important function in DAX. If you want to learn DAX and you've not learned calculate, you have not started. So we now say we want to filter all. Which table are we going to filter now? And you can see what the IntelliSense is telling us. Filter all, name of table name. Okay, no, not all. We want to use sum X, sorry. Sum X is asking us for the table, fact internet sales. It's now asking us for the expression. What is the expression? The expression is simply telling us that what is the calculation, all right? And that calculation is this order quantity multiplied by selling price. Yeah, order quantity multiplied by unit price. And then you close that parenthesis, you click on your OK. We should have exactly the same thing. Let me check my battery. So we have exactly the same thing. All right. So after this, we need to create our cost of sales measure. You can call it total COS. And then we say sum. Let's just use sum this time around. You could have also used the X function, but let's just go to products cost, right? What did I name it as? Call it, sorry. Okay, so no problem. Sum of fact internet sales. Let's go to product cost. So let's just quickly format that as well. And finally, what we did is that we did transaction counts. So we say counts fact internet sales. Let's count on order quantity. Yeah, you can count on anything actually. So let's leave that as what? Let's leave that as O number. Should we use decimal? Okay, let's use decimal. All right, so the next thing we want to calculate is profits, which is equals to total sales minus total COS. And then you click on your OK. You also want to format that very quickly. All right. So I said I was going to create profit elsewhere, but no problem. Let's close this and go back to our Excel. So what I did was that I brought back this. I said this represents the measures that were created, the one that has FX in front. Why the one that doesn't have FX is just calculated columns. So like this now, you see that you return the same thing for us. Okay, so I can take this out. Now let's do some more DAX. If you come to these power pivots and you come here, you can create measures here, just the way we were creating it the other time. I deliberately left out some things so that I can show you that you can as well create it here after you've already prepared your data model. You can say new measure. So what's the table is fact internet sales. What do you want to call the name of this measure? We can just say total sales all. So, and I'll tell you what I want to achieve here. This 29.3 million, I want it to be repeated everywhere. Let me close this. I want to have something like this. All sales. And then I have this number here. Repeated over and over again. And what I want to achieve by that is because I want to be able to know percentage of total. I want to use that to achieve that. I think there's a way you can even do it directly here on the table, but I want to use that because that is more flexible. I want to be able to say this Australia divided by all sales should give me the percentage contribution of Australia. And then I will bring it down like this. And this isn't correct. It's referencing the wrong thing. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll just bring this here, and then I can bring it down. Okay. All right. So so again, I hope you understand what I'm trying to do. I cannot start changing it one after the other. Sorry. This divided by this. But by the time I do it, you will see it. You will see what I'm talking about. It's actually not supposed to be 31. But don't worry, you will see what I'm trying to talk about. This one should give me like, let's say, 40%. Why this one will give me like, let's say 3%. 3%. This one will give me like, let's say 35%. So you see what I'm trying to achieve now in a moment. So let's go back to our power pivots. We want to create new measure from fact net sales. We want to call it total sales all. So what that means is that it should return all. All right. So what we're going to do is that we're now going to use the calculate function. I'm telling you that is the most important function in DAX. Calculate. Calculate, if you go and read some of the articles I've written in the past, calculate is used to modify existing filter context. All right. You can see now that ordinarily now, this is being filtered down. The grand total is being filtered to what is the total for Australia, for Canada, for France. Filtering is taking place. But we can use calculate to stop that filtering. Okay. We can as well use calculate to now introduce another filter. And we can use calculate for context transition. But here we want to stop the filtering. So how are we going to do this now? We're going to say calculate. What is the expression? It is total sales. That is the expression. What is the filter? We want to filter all. All right. We want to filter all geography table. Geography table, dim geography table. And within that table, we want to filter country. Dim geography. Dim geography, we can just select it from here. And we'll close this bracket. So let's just press our tab here. All right. So, and again here, I press my press tab. What is happening? Okay. Okay. So it is number, and I want let's say currency, and again English United States, Let's just use the dollar the way it is, like that, 2 decimal points, and then I press my OK. The expression is not valid or appears to be incomplete. Please review. So I have my total sales all. Okay, I need one more parenthesis. All right, so now I created the total sales for all. Let me go to my. So if I now bring this one down, I put it here. Can you see what I'm talking about now? Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I want to be having some response so that I will know that you are with me. Hello. I want to be sure that you people are with me. Hello.
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Okay, so are you getting what I'm trying to say? Or if you have a
Yes.
question, ask.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so please help me try to be admitting people that are joining, please. So what we're now going to do, now that we already have the total sale for each country, we have the grand total sales. We can easily calculate the percentage of total. All right, so we come back again to these power pivots. We click on measure, new measure, and this is what? Percentage of total, right? It's simple. And again, don't do this. Mostly what many people will do is just say total sales divided by what? Total sales all. It might give you the same thing, but it's dangerous. It might not be dangerous in this instance, but when you encounter a divide by zero situation, it's going to return you error. But there's something in DAX that helps you to manage that divide by zero situation by using the divide function. Divide function, what is the numerator? Total sales. And what is the denominator? Total sales all. And then we can start saying, okay, number, and this is a percentage. Let's put it into decimal points, and then we click OK. And we can come again to our fact internet sales and say percentage of grand total. We put that. So we can, in fact, it's supposed to show as percentage ordinarily. So let's go back there. Let's see why it didn't give me the percentage straight away. Manage measure, this edit. Did I not choose percentage? I chose percentage. Number, percentage. So I just had to like manually put that percentage, but it's supposed to give me that percentage sign. Yeah, so any questions so far? So if you want to use your pivot table as, if you want to use your pivot table as your dashboard, you can just come here. Let's say facts internet sales dashboard, right? Alt WVG. Remove those grid lines. You can reduce this a little bit. And then from here, oh no. From here, you can use this color and put this one in white, make it bigger. All right. So even here, you can just create a shape like this and create this shape like this. All right. You're already creating your dashboard gradually. So remove outline. Okay, let's have a similar field as what we have up there. All right, so let's just create a text box above that. You can call it sales Sales by country. Had it been we have enough time, we should create something very, very breathtaking. So here I want to remove the outline. I want to remove the fill, and I want that color to be color white. No, what is this? No. I've already removed. I'm removing outline. All right, so I want this color to be white. White. I want to make it bold, increase it just a little bit. So I think I need to expand this. All right. And then I can just merge these two together. I can group the two together. All right, in case I want to create something else. So here, this total sales all may not necessarily be needed in this calculation. So what we can do is just that we can simply remove it. We can remove it. Let's shrink this a little bit. All right. All right, so it's moving. Let's see what's total sales. We can just start creating anything you like. Total sales by country, total sales by city, total sales by product category, total sales by total transaction count. Let's try total sales by product. All right. Sales by what? By products. Sales by products. And then we're going to edit this. Let's remove this country and we'll go to our products. So we have product name. Can just put it here. So now you see total sales by products. And do you know why this is no longer working? That percentage is no longer filtering again. It's already returning this. I hope you understand. You are getting familiar with DAX now gradually. Am I correct? Are you getting familiar with DAX now? Hello? Hello? Why is that percentage suddenly, why did it suddenly stop filtering that we are having these repeated numbers? And I told you earlier on that anytime you are having this kind of repetition, it's a pointer that there's a problem. And this is because the percentage of total that was built here was built on this, how do I explain it now? It was built on total sales where, okay, let me go to the DAX function so that I can be able to explain it easily. So manage measure. Let's go to this total sales all. You know, I said I'm using this calculate function to override filtering, and I'm filtering all the table in my geography, all the columns in my geography table. I'm removing filter from every row in my country column and my geography table. What that means is that the filter had only been removed from country. It has not been removed from product. Okay, if I want to get this back to filtering now, if I want this column to filter just the way this one is filtering, all I just need is to create another DAX, power pivots, create new measure, and then I call this percentage, let's say percentage of total. Okay, no, not percentage, let's say total sales, all country. Or no, is it all country, all products? Okay, so and then I use my calculate function again. Calculate. What is the expression? Total sales. That is the expression. What are we filtering by? We are filtering all. What is the table that we are filtering? Is geography, dim geography, and we have, let's just filter dim geography. We can leave it here. We close parentheses for all and we close for calculate, and then we can say number, and this is what, let's say currency to decimal places. That is fantastic. So we've already created all. We're going to remove this later, but one last thing that we're now going to do is that we are going to create that percentage again, percentage of total. Percentage of total. So percentage of total. Let's say our country. All right. So simple. We just say we already have our total sales. Total sales. Okay, we need to use our divide function. Divide total sales by what? Total sales all products. Now you get the point now. It's now all product that we are using. And we can say number. You can put percentage here. And then we click on OK. All right, so total sales, our country, our products. Let's remove these total sales. The field I'm moving cannot be placed in the area of report. Okay. So we have our fact internet sales. We go to our total sales, not all, the total sales function that we created earlier. All right. So these are filtered down by the different products. So and we now have percentage of total. Okay, I created it on the country. All right, I think I made a mistake here. I'm supposed to create this percentage of total on product. Edit. Percentage of total. Percentage of total. This should actually be product. And then all products. Total sales, percentage of total, all products. Yeah. So it should filter now. That filtering is still not happening. Any idea of what is going on? Total sales. All right. So we have all products. Total sales products. Is actually not where the problem is. Total sales, and this one will be total sales, all products. So I need to actually revisit the other one here. Total sales, all products. Let's see, dim geography. Dim geography. No, it's not supposed to be dim geography. It should be dim product. All right. And then we click OK. And then we close that. So you can see now, if we scroll down, you can see now that it is actually filtering. All we just need is to convert it to percentage. Okay. By saying .hp, then let's add 1 to it. So, any questions so far? Do you understand the explanation of filtering, table filtering, row context, filter context? Are you with me? So let's do sales by. Okay, let's just do like let's compare sales cost and profit. Yeah. Sales cost and profits. Let's bring this here. Okay. Let's say sales cost and profit by dates. All right. So I want to remove country. I'll go to my dim dates. Let's use do we have a date hierarchy? I think they should create hierarchy for me directly. Yeah, it has created the hierarchy for me directly. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So I remove this. So I still need that my total sales. All right. And I go to my fact internet sales again. I want to bring in my total cost of sales. And finally, I want to bring in my profits. All right. So let's try to open everything up and see. So do I actually need, okay, if I come here, table analyzer, there are additional formatting that you can do to your table. Come to table. Just a moment. I want to format this table, pivot table. Okay. I should just do that manually. So I want to open up everything because we're actually going to create a chart from this. We're going to create a pivot chart just in a little bit. And there's a way I need to format it. I hope you people are not tired. So I have this. So again, instead of this, okay, let me just remove this and let me remove this. Let me go back to my date table. Let me go back to my dim dates. I want to bring in the year. What is it showing? Fine. And under that, I don't need the quarter. It's going to give me too much problem. Let me just bring the months count, not months count. I need the month name, and I put it here. Okay. Okay. I think this makes sense, right? This makes sense. This is easier to undo. I'm just trying to see the best way to present it. I know what I'm thinking about. And again, I'm actually improvising. Like, I actually did not rehearse anything before I started. Okay, so I want to remove months. I want to remove quarter. So if I leave, let me remove year as well. Okay, I prefer it this way. And then I come here, I want to format. If I press my Control 1, I can format this date to something like this. Okay, I want to include the year, just the month. Let me see the day, the month, and the year. Okay, let me format to something. 14th of March. If I leave it this way, fine. I will include the year. I will include the year. Okay. No. So I'll just format it as the way it is. Let me include the year somewhere here. Custom. So I want it to be DD. M, M, and then YY. All right, so DD, MMM now, YY. Fine. So this one is preferable to me. All right, and what we can now do is that we can put this into a chart. Insert pivot charts. So I need a line chart here. Line chart is very good when you are trying to analyze trend. Let's see how this looks like. I really don't like, I just want single line. Let me just come here. Let me try this. It's coming out bad. Okay, so you may just have to use that one. Line charts. And then let's try this. Let's try this. Let me see if I can further edit. Reset, bring forward, select, change type. There's a way I don't like the way it's coming out. And the reason for this is because it's actually a very long transaction list. All right, it's a very long transaction list. You can see where it is here. Again, I will cut this, take it up, and then paste it here. All right, so let's leave it as it is. And again, all these tables, let us name them. Let us try to rename. When you come here, you click anywhere within the table. You come to table analyzer or design table, which one again? Table analyzer. You come to this pivot table, and instead of pivot table 1, you can give it sales by what? By country. All right, so that is the name henceforth. So this one would be what? Sales by product. Sales by product. Sales by products. And this one, we can call it sales costs and profits. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, are you okay that we continue, or you want us to pause? Hello? Should we come back during the week or next week Saturday to design the dashboard? Hello?
To me, we can continue.
All right, let's hear another opinion. Most people are gone actually. So
I'm going ahead with tomorrow too.
What did you say?
I said I agree with tomorrow because the dashboard
Okay.
needs.
Yeah, so in fact, I agree that we do it tomorrow so that we do it very quickly. And there's a way if you leave things to linger for a while, you can become fatigued. Other things can come up. So let us do it after church tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for joining. What I will do now is that I will send you the video. I will send you, for those of you that don't have access to SSMS, SQL Server Management Studio, you may not be able to write your own code to generate your own data. So I've already compiled all the data that we are using in this analysis in an Excel format. So you can easily use it. I hope you know how to use Excel. I mean, how to connect to Excel. Let me just quickly show you that before we call it a day. So let's go back to our projects. If you want to connect to Excel data source, You come to this data again, get data. I showed you that you can get data from a file. Where we were connecting to before is this SQL Server database, but now we are connecting to Excel. You can connect to CSV as well. So I already have this stored somewhere, business intelligence, and then I call it data. All right. So it's creating that connection now. So you can open up that document. Let's just give it a second more. I think it's still connecting. Why is it taking so long? So I hope you get the point how you, okay, that, thank God, it's open now. So you have these different files. You have these different files. You can just choose fact internet. What did I call it? I think I called it, what did I call it? Geography, date, data. And in fact, you can choose anything actually, but we'll delete it again. Let's just say you select two of these, and then you can then come to transform data, and then you can bring everything in once. Let me just select the one that I'll be able to easily delete. Let's say dates and this like that, and I click on my transform data. It's going to take me back to the Power Query where it took us to when we're linking directly to database, AdventureWorks database. So it's going to open Power Query now. And you can see now that we are able to achieve the same thing that we did by connecting to a database. So, but right now, I'm just going to delete these two from data model. We actually don't need them. So, but don't worry, I'll send the Excel file to you in case you don't have AdventureWorks or Management Studio to connect to. So, any question, any comments before we all call it a day? Any question, any comments, any observation? Hello? And again, what time are you suggesting tomorrow? Any idea?
Can we do 2 o'clock?
Okay, 2 p.m. tomorrow.
Or
Is everybody okay with
I
that?
suggest 3.
No, this should not be more than where we are now. We need just like 1 hour, 1 hour, 30 minutes, just to do some fancy things, color, format our charts, because we're going to be using, in fact, this table, there's a way you can format your table appropriately and use it, but I want us to use a chart a dynamic chart that you can use slicer, you can use timeline, you can click on a button and then it will interact with other parts and, just fancy things. You apply tooltip, just to be creative. That is what we want to do tomorrow. The bulk of the data modeling has been done today. And that is where the major work is. We've already done that today. Okay, someone said 3 p.m. I actually have somewhere I want to go tomorrow as well. All right, so anyone, I can ditch that and be here with you people.
Thank you, sir. Okay.
All right, let's say 3 p.m. tomorrow, everybody. Thank you very much and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye.
Thank you.
Yep.